What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I am bringing you a Digimon deck profile. So you saw the videos on YouTube. Well, if you're watching this on Twitch, you don't know the finals match yet, but I did take it 4-0 with Black Base, BlackWarGreymon X Antibody. So we're gonna go through the cards, and yeah, through my choices, man, because not everybody plays the same thing. Everyone has different tastes. We have, I forget I could flip these over. We have 4 copies. It was a little dark. We have 4 copies of the Draw 1 Koromon. This is the black base, right? So opponent's turn, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, if the Digimon has Greymon in the name, you draw 1 card. It doesn't come up too often. Like if you don't have your blocker, a lot of aggressive decks will swing into security and then you get to draw on your opponent's turn, which is really nice. Usually what happens is with the BlackWarGreymon X Antibody, it'll unsuspend. If it has BlackWarGreymon or X Antibody in the sources, it'll reboot and then delete the lowest play cost. So you'll get to draw off the Koromon. But you need to play this Koromon because it's Koromon, right? That's the name, and it's also black. You'll see with our rookie lineup. So we're gonna go ahead and move to the rookies. We have 4 copies of the BT8 Agumon. This is arguably the best Agumon. It just doesn't have an inheritable, right? So this Agumon, on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Greymon in name. Let's see if I can add 1 card with Greymon in its name and 1 card with Dragonkin in its name to your hand. So it's really good because you usually get your level 4, your level 5, and then a Mega. Because the Megas are the Dragonkins. Yeah, the best Agumon, I think so. Next up, we have 4 copies of the Agumon X Antibody, and I can already tell the glare is going to get me annoyed. 4 copies of the Agumon X Antibody. This one's really good because with the Greymon X Limited now, you pretty much have this guy it's your protection, right? You slip X Antibody under there, and then now if your Digimon would be deleted or returned to hand or deck, you could just take the X Antibody, slip it under the deck, and you're protected, right? So it's really good. He also searches out black Tamers. So he's really good because he can get your Yuyas and your Tais. That's very important. So reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may add 1 card with Greymon or X Antibody in its name and 1 black Tamer. So people don't know, but you can actually add the Omnimon X Antibody off this because of course it has X Antibody in its name. But yeah, we don't play any Omnimons, by the way, just FYI. And then for our last rookie count, this will probably have some glare. Yeah, it's the 4 copies of the new Agumon from BT12. So this Agumon from BT12, really good. You already know what it does, right? Reveal top 4 on play, add 1 card with Greymon or Omnimon, and 1 Tamer with Tai Kamiya. We do run a full playset of the new Tai Kamiya, so it's really good. And the all turns inheritable plus 1 KDP is also really good because you have some big blockers. Moving on to our champions, we do have 4 copies of the new Greymon from BT12. Just really good because a lot of the times you'll play the Yuya for 4 for the full cost, and then you can play the Tai for free off the Greymon Digivolve, which is really nice. It doesn't come up in the red base, but it does come up in the black base because you run Yuyas over the Tais, the Memory Setter Tai. Next up, we do have 2 copies of the Jamming Greymon. A lot of people will say, why the Jamming Greymon? So the Jamming Greymon over the Blocker Greymon because the Tai Kamiya gives you the blocker. But I can understand because I've seen Kyle's list. He recently topped with the deck, and he's running the BT8 Greymon, right? The inheritable gives a blocker, right? That's the inheritable. But the jamming is good for my Gaiomon. Usually when I'm swinging for game or I'm doing the most amount of damage, it's with the Gaiomon. So BlackWarGreymon, and then next turn go into Gaiomon, tap the Yuya to give it immunity from options. And then this one makes sure that it doesn't die at security. So that's why I play it. Plus it's cheap to drop, it's a 4 cost, you know? And then for our last ones, we have 2 Greymon X Antibody and 1 of the new Greymon X Antibody, of course, because it's limited. Honestly, sometimes when I go into this, I feel really bad if I don't have the X Antibody option card. Because this one, you really need the protection. And this one is the one that offers you the protection, right? Greymon X. It does make your deck a little bit bricky because technically you're running 4, 6, 7 champions that you can Digivolve on all your rookies. This one you can only Digivolve on the new BT12 Agumon. But still, I mean, honestly, having the protection is really nice. So yeah, I don't mind it at 2 copies. Moving on to our ultimates, we run 4 copies of BT8 Metal Greymon and then 4 copies of Metal Greymon X Antibody from BT11. So this is where most lists deviate. What's up? Koizuman? I think I pronounced it correctly. Yeah, we are live on Twitch, guys. If you don't follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. I'm doing this. Yeah. Anyways, getting back. Our megas, I mean our level 5s. This is where the lists deviate for most people. Why this one? Because he's really good with the Gaiomon and he's really good with the BlackWarGreymon, right? I think you've seen the matches with BT BlackWarGreymon, where this one really does a lot of work just because D-Digivolve is, let's see if I can get it to focus. Because the D-Digivolve mechanic is still really strong, and the inheritable, if it's a mega pretty much, a Dragon Killer machine, you can attack unsuspended Digimon. So it pairs well with the BlackWarGreymon from BT8. And as you saw in the matches, the BlackWarGreymon from BT8 is really good at popping Tamers. The next one that I'm playing is this one. And that's just because he works with the deck, right? Digivolve on top of black or red. When Digivolving, it doesn't matter if you don't have the X Antibody option card, you cannot de-Digivolve this Digimon or have its DP reduced. So it'll actually be really good in BT13 when Shine Greymon is around because you know you can't be DP reduced. This one's really good. I'm glad they didn't limit it because the inheritable of when a Digimon becomes unsuspended, if this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, trash the top card of your opponent's security. Trashing your opponent's security is actually really good. It's the best way to get rid of security. I think in the future, what Bandai's gonna do is that instead of trashing, they'll bottom deck security because I know at some point some securities will have the security effect like if this card is trashed from security, blah blah blah. I wouldn't doubt it because that's just how card games go. But for right now, trashing security is the best way to get rid of security. As you noticed in the games, I wasn't attacking the opponent. The only time I really attacked is when I was certain that I was gonna go for game or that I put my opponent on a 1-turn clock. So really good MVP of one of the MVPs of that tournament for my locals. Moving on to our megas, we are running 3 copies of BlackWarGreymon from BT8. This guy is a monster, bro. Like if you guys saw the matches, he's so good with the inheritable. Like usually I like to stack them, like this one and then this one, right? I'll stack the 2 level 5s and then go into here. He's so dirty because if you have the tight Kami out that gives you blocker, you can block an attack. Since an opponent's Digimon was deleted, he'll unsuspend and then he'll trash your opponent's security. That's gross, bro. It's so gross, but so beautiful. Not to mention when Digivolving, of course, you have all black sources. So what's up, Kyle? You have all black sources, so it's gonna pop some Tamers. There's so many Tamer heavy decks in the meta right now. You name it, Hunter, All Fours, Feedramon. Even though I haven't seen it as much lately, there's still some Crossheart running around. Even in the mirror match, popping the ties is really nice. So BlackWarGreymon, a lot of people were not expecting it, but the dude was so good. 3 copies. And then for the supporting megas, we do have 2 copies of BlackWarGreymon, X Antibody. And then I'm running out of space here. And then 2 copies of Gaiomon. So I actually didn't focus too much on him. There were some times when I went into him, but usually what I like to do is sit on the BlackWarGreymon to control the board. And then when I was ready to go for game, I would Digivolve into Gaiomon. But Gaiomon was pretty much my ace monster if I wanted to get rid of things that were difficult to get rid of. So you saw versus Chaosdramon. Chaosdramon has all this protection, but it doesn't have protection from D-Digivolve. So the D-Digivolve mechanic is really strong, which is why I think BT, Metal Greymon, and the Gaiomon are still mandatory in the deck. I'm still a big fan of Gaiomon. So yeah, The BlackWarGreymon X antibody is really nice, but I don't know. It's okay. I still like it at 2 copies. Moving on to our Tamers. So our Tamers for, let me see if I can. For our Tamers, no surprise, I'm running 3 copies of Yuya. There is no tie, Sec +1, bro. This guy gives you immunity from option cards for 2 whole turns. 2 whole turns. And then he gives your Digimon plus 2k for 2 whole turns. It's busted. That's why I had to pick up like a playset of the Alt-Art. He's still so good. I can't believe he dropped down to $16. I don't know why he's $16. Dude should be 25. I think he's worth more than some of the Tamers from BT12, honestly. Like, I don't know why some of the Tamers from BT12 right now are like $50. Ridiculous. The Yuya is so good. But like I said, usually what you want to do is hard play the Yuya and then get the free tie off the Greymon, the level 4 Greymon. So this was really good. Yeah, the amount of protection this deck has is just crazy. And there's not too many decks that run into you either. Like maybe the Raid, the new BT12 Wargreymon. I haven't tested against that deck just yet. But since again you have access to Digivolve mechanics, I think it's an easy matchup. Because they actually don't run BTA Metal Greymon. Then of course, 4 copies of Tai Kamiya. Give your Greymon or Agumon plus 1 KDP for the turn and then blocker, or until the end of your opponent's turn at the start of your main phase. So it is mandatory, just an FYI. Really good. I would not run it at less than 4 copies. It's probably the best card in the deck. And it's the only reason that I'm not running the BTA Greymon, the one that gives the inheritable blocker. So it allows me to, you know, kind of diversify my level 4s there. I know you guys are in the comment section. I'll just like finish the profile and then I'll answer the comments. For the options, I'm running 3 copies of X Antibody. This one's really nice because you do have the protection from the black base Agumon X Antibody, and then of course you're running Greymon X Antibody. But it's also really nice just to trigger your Greymon, your BlackWarGreymon X. But other than that, you don't really use it. I mean, sometimes it comes up with the Greymon X Antibody here. And yeah, I still at 3 copies minimum. I wouldn't put it down to 2. The last 2 cards are 2 copies of Hades Force. I was debating running 3, but the list I saw initially was running 2 copies of BlackWarGreymon. So I just switched it around. 3 copies of BlackWarGreymon. I think I spilled a little bit there. 3 copies of BlackWarGreymon, 2 copies of Hades Force. As you saw in the matches, they performed really well. Like a well-timed Hades Force will just blow your opponent out. And just if you didn't see the video again, usually what you do is you swing for 2 checks with the Gaiomon, or you swing for a couple checks with whatever Digimon. See if there's any Tamers that come out of your opponent's security, and then you Hades Force. Okay, don't activate Hades Force because Hades will delete the Tamers first, and then your Digimon with Greymon can swing. So you'll delete like 3 or 2 Tamers, and then they'll get 2 Tamers from security, and then you're back where you started, right? So just be careful. Swing first, see if anything comes out of security, and then pop them with the Hades Force, okay? And then 2 copies of Black Memory Boost. So I did see some profiles not advocating for the Black Memory Boost. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for the Black Memory Boost, I think I would not have won the tournament. I wouldn't have gone 4-0 because yeah, your Agumons search your Greymons, they search anything in your line, but you're only running 12 rookies, right? Like sometimes you open up 1. You don't want to hard play the rookie. You want to Digivolve in the back because honestly, it's the best value. Digivolving in the back, making sure your Digimon's safe. So while the Agumons can search everything in the deck, your level 4s, 5s, and 6, they cannot search other rookies. So the Black Marine Boost is kind of, you could say, I remember someone said like, you could think of these as 2 other rookies, 2 other level 4s, 2 other level 5s, 2 other level 6s, and then the memory does come up. So I'm a big advocate for the Black Memory Boost in this deck. I know Memory Boost doesn't work in every deck, but in this deck where you're trying to take it slow, you're a stack deck, I think you need the Black Memory Boost. At 2 copies, it was nice. If I could throw in a 3rd one, I would, but that's just what it is. Anyways, guys, like I said, you saw the matchups on the channel. There's gonna be 4 up in total. So if you want to see this deck in action, just go ahead and check it out on the channel. But anyways, yeah, we're live on Twitch, so hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, follow me on Twitch. But thank you all for watching. My name is Mr. J, and I will see you all next time. And cut. All right, I think that was good, guys. We don't have to do take 2. I'll be fine.